right? We not having that. We want to build a community, forever. Kids win, we win. Period. Session. Welcome everybody to another episode.
I'm here.
Welcome everybody to another episode of A.M.University.
I'm
your host, Antoine Miller. Wayne Smalls. What's up?
Hey Wayne.
How you doing?
How I look? How you? Is that rhetorical?
I heard you had it right there.
Right
I heard you had an interesting weekend, bro.
Players fucked up too, man.
Would you mind recapping the events?
I was minding my business, doing as such.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
One of my closest, dearest friends, little brother, came outside, asked me for some smoke. Not smoke, but he asked me. No, he said, "You ain't fast no more.
Oh, that's
you can't beat me."
It's the terminology of the younger
Mm-hmm.
generation.
I said, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You heard me." I said, "Come on."
He was in college? He in college?
He's a super athlete.
Oh, okay.
He played for Pennsauken football team. You know what I mean? His
I
name
believe-
DeJuan. His name DeJuan too. On
I believe he
Instagram.
played football for Whitman Park,
What?
if I'm not mistaken.
right underscore.
Yeah,
If
but
I'm
you
not
right as well.
He got
You
the
right as
wrong
well.
coat on.
Yeah, you right as well. But what transpired, Wayne?
You challenged a Whitman Park athlete.
I ain't-
What happened
I'm
next,
not gonna
Wayne?
get patronized.
Wayne,
Y'all gonna see what happened. It's right here. Click, comment, subscribe.
Why did you do that though?
I'm not ducking no smoke.
What you?
oh my God.
I'm not ducking no
Wayne.
I
smoke.
understand.
I can't duck it.
Because these young street punks will take you there.
But if y'all understand before what happened, you know what I mean? Y'all tell me. Before it happened, I was alright.
You was close.
And you gotta look at my lane.
Yeah,
Look at my lane.
You was close.
My lane, I had to do it. I was weaving through traffic. If y'all understand what was going on,
Oh, man.
I was looking down, up, head up.
You had good
I am
form.
35.
You had good form.
He was about 22. How old was the one? About 22,
You had good form.
23, 22.
Yeah.
I seen him as a baby. Like I used to be in my boy Dashawn's basement as he was a baby, like a baby.
But you know what I got from it? It was the conversation we just presently had, like last week. Like
What's that?
you was doing what your mind wanted you to do, but your body wouldn't let. Like you, I
Is that
seen you.
Kanye West?
Absolutely, right there. Yeah.
I just wanted to
Absolutely.
just take Wayne off a little
Of course,
bit. Go ahead.
of course it is.
To change the subject.
Wait, you.
You was real courageous that day, Wayne. And you showed strength, no weakness.
Thank you, Jumbo.
And I listen.
I had a lot of people go in the comments and
Forget Jumbo. Don't do
made
that
me
again.
proud.
Don't do that again.
You made me proud, Wayne.
No,
Even
don't listen to
Even
Jumbo.
one person
Don't.
called me Mr. Should have scored 1,000.
There we go.
Like, damn, you should have asked me am I alright? You feel me?
Don't do that again.
And if Turner would have let me play senior year, I would have made sure you got your 1,000, bro.
Hey, Jumbo, shit like that, I appreciate.
See, that's why he on the show. So, all right, episode 30, A.M. University. I heard about Wayne's weekend, but this week,
Wayne's weekend.
William Jumbo Robinson. All right,
You
this
said William?
I got to put the government out there, for people that don't know, man. A lot of people listening to this. So, William Jumbo Robinson, man, always a solid guy, in our lives. But that aside, he's doing something that's really dear to my heart because I think it's something that's much needed in societies, right? So he's you run in Whitman Park Youth Football League right now, correct?
At the current moment, we're right now in the spring season of 21. I'm the offensive coordinator of the spring team. We have a director of football, we have a president, my cousin Leroy Beller, Brad Hawkins, senior. He's the director of football. We have a vice president, we have a board, we have a lot of, it's called an organization.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I am a part of the organization.
Okay.
I'm an extreme active member. Yeah, I've been doing this since I've been 20. Running it, I would say no, because I get tired sometimes. I get tired a lot, as you can see my time. But I got here today on time. I'm changing the narrative. That's what it's about.
Today on time.
Say it again.
That means the world to that means the world to us, man. You got here on time. You know, I appreciate it.
And for anybody that knows me, okay, this is me. It's William Robinson. If you look at my file, I may have a few latenesses, a little bit more than the average. However, I got my job done. I think that was the most important part, right? But that's what happens when you work for other people. You have to do how they want you to do it. You have to be on time at their job, you know. So, again, I understand. I had to step outside.
That's a whole nother.
And we're going to get to that.
That's a whole.
We're going to get to that. Trust and believe.
Let's build up to it.
Go ahead.
All right. So let's start here, right? So Whitman.
I mean, not for real.
Whitman Park Youth Football League, right? So when I see organizations like this, I always think about the feeder program, right?
Yes.
Feeder program, which, if you look at the history, any inner city sports organization is no feeder program. Now, some people might look at me and say, "What do you mean? You might have this organization, that organization, that organization, that organization. That's a feeder program." It's really not, though. To me, the definition of a feeder program is you coinciding and working with the high school coaches.
Like a pipeline.
Y'all all on the same board.
Absolutely.
You know, and when you're doing the same thing that high school teams would do, as far as sophistication, as far as offensive schemes, as far as defensive schemes, that you're doing in midget league. You know, so it's a very easy transition. It's a whole community.
People that can relate to you and been through the same trials and tribulations that you've been through too.
So ultimately, I prepare the youth for the next level.
Right. That's how it's supposed to be, quote unquote. Right. Mm-hmm. But again, and I want you on here because I want to hear your opinion about it. I don't see that at all. I see it in a whole bunch of white communities.
Ooh.
The white communities is set for the high school offense and defensive scheme. They know exactly what to do from 9th and 10th grade year, right? But when we get to these urban communities, whatever like that, it's just a free for all, right? So I don't want to speak too much on it because you're in it, right? So I want you to tell me your experience about this, and we'll just go from there.
So the reason why I put these glasses on is a lesson in what's that movie with Adam Sandler, Big Daddy. Mm-hmm. When he adopted a young boy, he accidentally got on his step somehow, some way, mm-hmm. and he had to testify in court. And he told him to put those glasses on to make you feel better, you know.
No doubt.
So again, I'm acting as that person right now because the glasses. I don't want anybody to see my eyes. But you know what? This is a serious subject, Twan. As you said, in programs other than in the inner city, this happens. We see it all along. I tried several times to just be an appearance on the sideline so that we don't have mishaps where some of the youth that still comes back to Whitman Park to this day say, "Coach Jumbo, I'm having trouble. I need issues. I need help with these issues." I'm not going to turn that kid away. So that's what I've been doing. Silently doing what I can to make sure that these kids get to the next level. Now, if I was on the coaching staff, that would be much more easier for me to do. However, somebody has misinterpreted that concept because once upon a time, it was the case. And if we're the feeder program, Whitman Park has been, we have kids from the high school level, college level. I honestly don't know a kid that came from Whitman Park that did not play varsity as a freshman in some form or fashion, at least dressing. And for most kids, that's an accomplishment. That's just the body of work that we want to give the kids to be prepared for the next level. Now, I've been a person that I don't need someone to validate my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So my purpose is my purpose regardless. If someone wants to accept me and allow me to be on their sideline, I'm more than willing. However, again, we're all volunteering. I'm going to volunteer where I'm wanted. At the end of the day, I don't feel wanted. And in the city, a lot of times, because of personal egos, personal whatever, guys like myself don't even attempt to bother. Guys like you don't even attempt to bother. There's guys like my brother, Chuck Richardson, who's a hell of a basketball coach. Knows basketball inside out. You know that personally. Before you begin to coach, he taught the concept just to, okay, clarity. He always been that person as far as trailblazing. He's not coaching right now. I understand. I get it. But even as a volunteer, it's his presence on it. And that's the issue.
So you saying some things to me like, why is it that separation? Because everything you just said at the core of it is separated, and that's not a feeder program to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you're doing your thing and teaching kids the right thing, mm-hmm. and they're doing whatever they want to do, whether it's right or wrong, mm-hmm. right? Like, that's not a feeder program to me. So this is one city, right? This is one city with 2 high schools that people care about going to. Why is it the separation? And we can't go to the kids, right? It's about the coaches. So what is it with the coaches? Is it competition? Is it ego? Is it fear? Is it what? What is it, bro?
You watch iRobot?
Absolutely.
You follow Will Smith?
Yep.
And do you remember when he said, "That is the question. What's the problem? What's the issue? Mm-hmm. Why can't we be together?" I don't have an issue. I don't have a problem. We're all in this together to make the ultimate goal, which is these young boys into men.
Are we?
I am. You are. This is going to make young boys into men because we're sharing the knowledge that we possess to the next generation. But a lot of people misinterpret the fact that when you're in a position of leadership, you have an obligation to the next generation. I say these things, I don't talk much, I don't share much. This right here mm-hmm. is really a big step for me. Mm-hmm. And we had the conversation off camera prior to in regards to what did it take? Why now? And for me, why not? Because now is the pivotal time. If we don't do it now, then who will? If we don't say it now, then who will? Mm-hmm. And again, for me, and this is the competitor in me, it ain't nobody better than me. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe. Mm-hmm. There's nobody better than me than what I do. Mm-hmm. And what I do well, I do great. And anything that I don't do well at, I go figure it out. Mm-hmm. This right here, I don't do well at this. I don't know what to do. But I've always been the smartest person in the room by accident. God put me in certain positions to learn from everything that I can learn from and absorb. And because of that, I'm here today. I'm here right now, able to share with you, my brother, friend, with Wayne. We grew up. We was kids together. So at the end of the day, I didn't see this happening. I didn't know we were going to be here. You know how they say, 10 years from now, what you going to do? Mm-hmm. 5 years from now, what you going to do? 1 year from now, what you going to do? I never knew. I just did what I was supposed to. Mm-hmm. And at the time, if that was coaching football, that was coaching football. If that was going to college, that was going to college. If that was being a big brother, that was being a big brother. If it was being a son, being a son. Being a husband, a father, whatever I have to be. I don't have a wife, I don't have any kids. But just, I know how to assume my role and do it appropriately. And again, it started with doing better. I'm a person that has always had issues with being late. That's a weakness that we all know, that I observe. So to be better, to be a better version of myself, to prove it to you, to prove it to him, I'm gonna do something that I've never done before, that people are used to me doing differently. You have to do that. You have to change. It starts with your mind. And again, let me tell you, personal experience, I work in the field. Mental health is real. I do this every day. I work with kids every day. I de-escalate every day. I tell kids everything's gonna be okay every day. I tell somebody's kids, whether it be an adult or a child,
Whether it's an adult or a child.
that they're gonna be okay. It's never that bad. It's never that ugly. And I hope that the things that I'm saying is even motivating you guys. Because
Well, sometimes it is that bad though.
it's never, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's never. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Whatever happened to you happened to somebody else. So you have an obligation to the next generation because you chose to bring children into the world, correct? That was a choice. They didn't ask for that. So you're obligated to the next generation. So you can't sit around and talk about how you feel all day because their feelings are more important right now. And you're a father, correct?
Of three.
So that's easy. And you see when your kids come up, you sharpen up, right? Naturally. That's the natural man in you. That's the natural God in you. That's everything that you've been taught. So we have our doubts because we was kids once. We get alone by ourselves.
Well, I think it does get dark. And it gets real dark.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question. When it gets dark, what do you do? Are you gonna brighten it up?
Somebody tripping. It might be me.
It be like that, Wayne. Don't get distracted though. Fuck that.
Distraction.
Yeah, forget that, bro.
Fuck that phone.
Forget that. Forget that. It don't even
Now
matter, bro.
I'm gonna give you a small example right now. Okay, so whatever you may or may not be going through at this current very moment, you have on black. Okay, wear something bright.
No. Like what? Like what color?
Exactly. Get out of that dark space.
No.
Brighten yourself up, Wayne.
Nah.
You can.
Black look good on me.
That's
Look,
what
look
they
at
say.
white. Look how white look. White look like I'm injured, right?
Yeah, you look like you.
Y'all was happy. Y'all was happy when
Nah.
I
I wasn't
wore all
happy.
black and fell to the ground.
Nah, see.
I seen a lot of crying faces. I seen a lot.
Nah.
But we look. I'm jumping in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Right? Jumbo, look, right. Do you know who's the first champion of Whitman Park history?
Hey, listen. So, the first champion in history. You know, Whitman Park goes back to
Football.
Football. They
Yes.
go back to the Whitman Park Parkers.
Yeah.
Were you a part of that? Because I got the history, and you know, again, to whom much is given, much is required.
Go ahead,
So
Twan, what you about to do?
I was required to obtain this information. So go ahead and tell me who
Well,
won.
Wayne was not good in basketball. He was good in football. So I'm
Wayne was
I'm
the
assuming.
shit in football, Twan.
I don't know
I was
none
the
of
first
this, bro.
champion.
I don't know none
We
of
beat
this.
Listen.
East Camden.
We was playing North. He was
We was
playing North
undefeated,
Camden,
too.
right? Because you know.
Remember
Again,
North Camden?
Shout out to the north side.
They had Hussein. They had a lot of ringers. too.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie, but we still.
everybody
beat y'all.
had rings.
Everybody
We
had
ain't had
rings.
ringers.
Everybody.
Except Centerville.
We ain't had ringers.
Except
We tried
Centerville.
to get Dante Gore.
We was a
ring.
ringer.
Except Centerville.
We tried to get you. Remember,
Centerville never had
They
ringers.
hate it.
Chill,
Not
y'all
in our generation. Centerville
Shout
never
out to
had
Don.
ringers. Centerville never had ringers.
Love you, bro.
But this is like a real important thing, like what you're saying about, you know, because it can't continue to be this way, that what we talking about. Like you telling me, and that's great that you doing it out the genuineness of your heart, and you know that you that guy, you can really do what you're doing. But it's like, okay, so you basically telling me, and I'm not saying nobody's names, but you basically telling me this guy over here is intimidated by what you're doing, and this guy over here is intimidated by what you're doing. Because for me, if I'm building a community right now, right? Let's say I'm in an urban city that has no youth sports, right? I'm the high school coach. But, we can build this over here. We got this funding or whatever like that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? We can build this over here, right? The first thing I'm doing is I'm going to that man that's the coach of the Midget Football League, and he damn near like my assistant coach on my high school coaching staff because it's that important. This is a pipeline.
To you.
But it makes so much 1 + 1 sense for it to be that way.
Absolutely. It does.
So why is it not like that?
Have we won a state championship?
With who?
Football, Camden High.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so with that being said,
Well, Wilson, they can.
I understand that they have that. They may have the.
But Wilson is like,
no, they have.
They can.
They have.
represent Camden.
They earned everything that they deserve, and they deserve everything that they earn. I did that
Shout
part
out to
right
Reese
there.
and Preston and Malik.
Shout out to all the coaches in
Jerry
Camden,
Hornsby.
coaches everywhere. Like my hat's
off.
off to all of you. And this is again no slight to
Neef.
anybody. Yeah, shout out to Neef Buck. Nobody reversed the field like that no more.
Nobody.
Um,
Go ahead.
So that thing that's there, again, we call it intimidation. To me, it's energy. And at the end of the day, I don't want what you have. I only want to help. I don't want to take it away. I don't want to. And I have the relationship with the children because of just relatability. They come to the field.
What do you think it is? Because it can only be two things, right? It can either they're intimidated by those people. Not even saying you per se. They're intimidated by those people, or they're just not bright enough to understand how things should work.
I think they don't just give Camden coaches a fair shot.
Or they're lazy, or they're lazy and spoiled, thinking that they're going to come to us anyway.
They don't want their kid. Oh, who you talking about? The parents are taking their kids out of.
Nah, forget the parents. I'm talking about the high school coaches.
Oh, that's out of my jurisdiction. I was talking about why it started from the midget.
Parents don't know. Parents don't know. Parents don't know.
Cause they
and you gotta educate parents on things. Just like you educating these kids. He said it already off air. You gotta like slide it in there where you're not being disrespectful and educate parents just as much as you educating kids. Mm-hmm. And you gotta do it in a sly way because if you tell them directly, they'll get defensive. Like you saying I'm not a good parent. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, you doing some bullshit too. Like, that's why this kid act like this, because you come in here yelling just like him.
Right, so
idiot.
Keyword, let me stop you right there, okay? So, the idiocracy, again, it's ignorance.
It's ignorance.
So, how do you combat ignorance? With education. And a lot of times, when you're ignorant, you don't know. You don't know that this person is over here willing to help you. This person is willing. This person has the knowledge base that can possibly change the entire fucking DNA of this fucking program. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to plead my case over and over and over.
Maybe you got to though.
Again, hold on, because Wayne, at the end of the day, at what point do I put the energy where it needs to be? Mm-hmm. Because it then becomes a distraction, and then it becomes personal. So now I got to get back to business. Right. So, and the kids say this to me the other day, and I'm so glad that I carried myself the way that I did, Twan. I started coaching football when I was 20 years old. I was in college, as you can recall. I just moved into Ferry Station, and I decided I want to go to Rutgers Camden. You guys were down there. You, Wayne, Chuck. I want to go to Rutgers Camden. Why not? Might as well just get a degree. I'm paying for an apartment. I might as well. My brother, who was 10 at the time, decided he wanted to play football at Whitman Park because it was unweighted. Wayne asked me, who would you play football for? I'm like, I didn't play because a lot of the teams was weighted. I'm not making weight. It happens. That's how it was. Now it's not like that.
For the record, Jumbo was a problem in them 4 games at Camden High. This dude played 4 games in his high school career. Never played anywhere, right? He was catching double teams left and right as a defensive tackle, nose tackle. I just gotta put that out there.
Shout out.
So
shout out
go
to
ahead, what's your story?
Capri Barfield Mr. Allstate, Mr. Nebraska, he was in front of me blocking
I was
me every day.
amazed.
So
I was amazed.
Again, Twan, the motivation
Not
was
a bit of teaching.
No,
No, but not a
exactly.
bit of teaching.
None.
And you dominated
None.
in 4 It was mind-boggling to
Now
me
you see
seeing
why I
that.
say
But go
nobody's
ahead.
better than me?
Go ahead.
Because anything that I want to do, I put my mind to it and I do it. It doesn't matter. And that's what I want to, that's why I'm here. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's what I did. That's what I did.
watched it.
And at the end of the day, that's what I do for these kids. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all I'm going to start talking fast. Because it's passion.
Go ahead.
And at the end of the day, again, I'm looking at the time and I want to get everything in. So when you said to me, when a kid said to me, Coach Jumbo, I come to practice, I'm like this. If we got practice today, I'm coming, just like this. If I had work that day, I'm coming the way I was. More recently, again, it's pandemic time. I'm relaxed. I'm coming from where I'm coming from. Coach Jumbo, you always dress like you ready for business. And it was at that moment. Again, you asked me, what was it? All these things that's coming to me at this point in my life that's saying, you was doing the right thing. And this is my business. And the fact that y'all seen me since I was 20 years old, my brother started playing. My cousin, who's the president now, was the coach of the junior team. He said, I'm out there just observing the kids, but I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm trying to teach my brother, but I'm teaching other kids too. So it's naturally coming. He said, next day, and this is Coach Jumbo. And I said, and again, I remember I had the big J chain. I'm in college. Well, I guess I'm coaching. So
You don't even know what's happening, but it's God's work.
At the end of the day, I never questioned it. I never fought it. I never fought against it. And that year after, I was in my junior or senior year in college. And they knew what I was trying to accomplish. And they got me a trophy. And it was the Scholastic Coach of the Year award. And Twan, you know where we come from. You know where I come from. To get a trophy as a black kid is like, oh man, like, so to acknowledge me in that way.
So why I get Schitt's Creek for wanting to score 1,000 and be on the banner?
When at the end of the day, if you feel like this Schitt's Creek, it's not, bro.
It's not.
Man, you had the fucking career of your life. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Or are you still the guy right now because of it? Let that shit ride. And anybody that got a problem with it, tell them what they could do. Now, back to the Scholastic Coach Award. The award made me who I am today. And it reminded me I'm a Scholastic coach. I got this award here stamped. I see it every day. So at the end of the day, I can't be nothing less than that. So that's always just who I've been anyway. This is a Scholastic coach, Coach Jumbo. And at the end of the day, Scholastics, okay? And this is what I don't understand again about, and I respect what's the college thing? You got to go to college in order to be a part of it. Fraternity.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Whitman Park is a mother fraternity that when you were part of it, I got you.
Yeah.
All they talk about manhood, scholarship, perseverance, uplift, this principle, that principle, that principle. They only stand for that. They only stand for that. They only stand for that. I stand for all that shit.
You stand for neighborhood.
All of it. Because at the end of the day, these kids
That's on neighborhood.
need somebody like myself to let them know that it's okay. It's gonna be alright. We straight. We crazy straight. And at the end of the day, as long as you do what you do inside that classroom, like myself, that came easy, Twan. I just got C's and D's in conduct. But at the end of the day, school was cool for me. And I changed that narrative of what it looked like. Whereas though once upon a time, college kids was dorky, corny, dweeb, go to the library.
Especially if you went to Camden, Rutgers Camden, right? We made that shit cool, right? Ruggers Cannon popping. They owe us some bread. Yo.
To this day.
I know they definitely.
To this day.
Twan,
I built that. How many blacks were in that school when we were there?
They started coming.
They started to come because again, if you build it, they gonna come.
They started coming.
Twan. I blew some bread.
I mean,
we had a short term. We had a short term, though, bro. We was really there.
Right. He was on probation he wanted to be a thug in school.
Yeah. Ain't gonna talk about
he's still wearing all black.
Illegalities, but
this guy selling his books. The class not even over.
Let's end with this. I know Wayne got a question for you. Let's end with this.
Go ahead.
Like, so
you don't know shit.
Listening to like
I miss college.
Talk to the camera and tell because any coach out there that want to get into this, you know, because I really think that all coaches get into it for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. They really want to help, right?
Do you believe that to be the reason why coaches get involved? Or is it their own personal agenda? Is it something that they didn't accomplish that they want to see somebody else accomplish?
I think that happens, but I think most coaches get into it because they want to help.
They want to help.
I want to believe that.
Okay.
But, however,
there's a but.
Things transpire and you might get some success or you might get some type of notoriety. You might get some type of power.
First and foremost, I'm sorry, Twan. I'm sorry. Bro, I realized I was just... First and foremost, we turned 35, okay? Hey, Wayne, this for you, okay?
There you go.
Smile, nigga.
There you go.
You hear me?
There you go.
We turned 35, bro. You know where we from? Where we from, Wayne, where are we from?
Camden.
Camden what?
Camden, Jersey.
All right. How old are you?
35.
All right. You know what? Do you know how many 35 is you old? How many of your friends is dead?
Yeah.
How many of them didn't make it?
That's where you going with this at?
How many of them can't see this show? Huh?
That's what I'm doing it for.
Huh?
There you go.
Whew. That shit right there, man.
There you go.
That right there is my purpose, bro.
There you go. There you go.
It's my purpose, bro. We gotta celebrate. I don't care what y'all do. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Every fucking day. Excuse my language. Every day.
Look.
Sorry, me. We just celebrate.
Sorry, me. I'm sorry, me. Hey, listen. So, Tom, I was trying to tell you the story, right? So, me and Mimi was in
no, fuck that. What happened with you and Tyson Beckford?
Honors history.
What happened with you and Tyson Beckford?
All right, so bet. All right, so boom. Right.
So take me back, yo. Take me back.
I'm taking you back. Right.
For real, cause I'm like, what the fuck? And you was talking to him greasy too, and he respected
because
that.
at the end of the day, Wayne, I approached it like how any man would. Now, again, it started off as a joke between me and my former at the time, and again, it was just a joke. I don't have no other way to get in contact.
Hey, what kind of joke?
Man.
What did the joke sound like?
It was a picture of her with another man.
Okay.
Now, you're any woman you deal with send you a picture with another man. How is that going to make you feel?
Well,
depends who the man is.
I seen if the man was Tyson.
I seen the picture, and it made me come back from Florida A&M.
Okay.
Shit.
Was it Tyson Beckford?
Jesus
no,
Christ.
It was my best friend in the pool with my love of my life at that time.
Okay. Ooh. Oh man, love is your life, man. Listen, man. Whew. So, all right. You can relate to the feeling.
We getting deep.
So I'm just hee ha ha back in Jersey, while you hee ha ha out of town. So you send me a picture of you with another man. You never can do that to me. Everybody knows I'm the real Jumbo. Nobody does that to me. However, on this day she decided to. Okay, it's not your problem anymore, because again, I'm gonna take it to the man, because he don't even know what he got himself into. So I had to let him know. That's all I did.
So you remember the hashtag? Don't never check the pimp, check the
bitch.
No, I ain't gonna. You gonna do that part. I just gave you the scenario. You correct it. Do whatever you want with it.
Well, at the end of the day, right? The bitch got. Excuse my language. I dealt with that appropriately. Hence the reason why I'm here today. I guess my side wasn't the right way to do it. However, at the end of the day, there's only one way to do things. Mm-hmm. The correct way. So I did it the correct way. I told that man to watch his motherfucking six, because I'm on his ass.
So you checked the pimp?
Nah, he wasn't the pimp, she was. He didn't even know he was being pimped though.
Ooh.
So I had to let him know.
Ooh.
You reversed the shit, man.
It's the game, Wayne. I didn't reverse it. You just gotta know if you playing the game, watch who you take pictures with. Because you might take a picture with the wrong person and end up in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You told him that under his check.
I'll tell him again.
Say it.
Watch your six.
It's still on? It's still on?
It's on.
So if he
and anybody else that want it, it's on. Stand on that. Yo, I like Jay-Z and shit. Like, Kanye West, like, yo, this picture right here, bro, this shit motivate the
Tyson
fuck out of me.
used the model for this nigga right here.
See, look, I'm not arguing with no models. I had to tell him, I said, bro, you know you got a whole picture with a group of guys in thongs, greased up.
But he also got a picture with your chick, too.
And I don't mind that, but would you rather, that's why I stopped arguing, because you rather be in pictures with guys in thongs. Like, hold up, let me rewind. Matter of fact, he's not even a threat. He's just a part of the game. It happened to him. My brother finished telling me, hold on.
All right.
Hey, Pre. I'm doing a interview podcast. What's up, Joey? ¿Qué pasó, maricón? Hola, ¿cómo está? Mr. Got Cut, Nah, I'm not getting old. I'm not getting old. I'm getting better and better and better.
What's the fuss about this shit?
You see my face, bro?
Like, it
I ain't going nowhere.
Like, look, like a fucking black and mirror.